Amado's deadly plan to wipe off all the Shinobis. Is he an Otsutsuki or is there something more fishy? The events of Boruto chapter 59 have taken us closer to the biggest plot twist of the series. From the introduction of a new annoying character with a dangerous ability to Amado the scientist showing his true colors. Now this is not gonna be a review video, rather we will be analyzing some of the mind-blowing possibilities that shall lead to the greatest plot twist of the series. Stay tuned cause one of them is gonna crack your mind for sure. So let's begin with our first theory, the big boss. This theory suggests that there is some other Otsutsuki who is using Amado as his puppet. Amado knows too much about the Otsutsuki clan and there is no way he can get this intel just by looking at Jigen's research papers, and it's also less likely that Jigen himself told him the whole story. So maybe there's some other Otsutsuki for whom Amado is secretly working and he wants to get that celestial being reincarnated into Kawaki's body. That's why he offered him a new karma. The possibility of new Otsutsuki members is not an impossible thing to happen in Boruto. There are also two destroyed Otsutsuki panels in the Ten Tails dimension whose origins are still unknown. Maybe Amado is a former Otsutsuki member and now is working in his human form to get his original form back. But things get a bit twisted here cause if Amado was actually an Otsutsuki, he would have overcame his nicotine addiction. Anyway, Amado secretly working for another Otsutsuki is clearly an acceptable theory. The next theory might be a bit far-fetched, but it's actually a very interesting one, the Jurgen Factor. We have seen in the anime how Boruto's Jurgen looks like a full moon. Furthermore, the eyes of the two newly introduced characters are also shaped like moons, with Ida's eye being a crescent and Demon's eye being a half moon. This theory tries to draw connection between these less likely coincidental details. Maybe Amado is the vessel of some Otsutsuki having the Jurgen eyes, and Ida or Demon are his children considering their otherworldly powers. So maybe the elimination of Isshiki Otsutsuki was a part of Amado's master plan, and now he will somehow implant a karma on Kawaki so that the Otsutsuki possessing him could reincarnate into Kawaki's body, setting Amado free from the curse forever. Or maybe he will be granted some wonderful gift from the Otsutsuki for completing the task so perfectly, unless the plot takes some dramatic change again. Anyway, furthermore, Amado could be the Otsutsuki god in disguise, trying to get intel about the only human who possesses his eyes, which is Boruto. This would explain how he knew Isshiki already and how Isshiki actually respected him and never harmed him. He can also distribute karma to people somehow, and Boruto also talked about meeting a god in the anime. So if he is actually the Otsutsuki god, that means Boruto is in trouble and Amado will be the greatest threat he will be facing. This might also mean that Amado lied and deceived Naruto in order to capture the real vessel, and his strength will surpass Isshiki and anything they have ever seen. Moving on to the next theory, the Cyborg Factor. This theory focuses on the possibilities that led to the Boruto Kawaki fallout, keeping in mind Amado's intentions from chapter 59. Basically, Amado urged Kawaki to have a new karma implanted so that he could have an upper hand in battles in order to save the life of his godfather Naruto. Kawaki refused to get the karma implanted on him, but we know for a fact that he will get it in upcoming chapters as he already had it in the post-time skip scene, and it seemed like he could use it at will. Now when we cut off the Otsutsuki factor from Amado, we just see him as a genius scientist who helped in saving the whole world from the rampage of Isshiki Otsutsuki. But as we know, twists and turns are there in every story, and the real reason of Amado giving Kawaki a new karma could be the elimination of all Shinobis. Maybe Amado becomes the Orochimaru level villain of Boruto and he somehow brainwashes Kawaki against the traditional Shinobi system as he desires to create a new world driven with technology. Now if Amado actually has some plan to bring some scientific revolution, or even if there is the involvement of the Otsutsukis in it, he will need to eliminate the very first person who found him sus, and that is his assistant Sumire. Do tell me in the comments how you guys think Amado will deal with her. Now moving on to the final theory, the analogy of fate. This one doesn't include Amado, and here is the whole video explaining this theory. And to save time, watch it from the given timestamp. I hope you will enjoy it.